Alrighty, good morning boys and girls, and welcome back to the channel. So today actually took a little bit of a turn. It's actually way later in the evening than I anticipated it being. It's actually 9 o'clock right now. I anticipated this engine to at least be out, and this one almost out by the end of today, as you'll see in a little bit later in the video here. But I wanted to kind of quick do a rundown for you guys on the future plans of this truck here. Now, basically, I am planning on building this. I'm gonna say right now that I want you guys to have your doubt in me. I want you guys to have your disbelief, and I want you guys to drop your comments down below saying that I'm never going to achieve it, because that's actually what fuels me. Obviously, you can tell we're in the warehouse now. You guys just aren't as patient as I am with things, and I understand it. I get it completely. You guys like everyone else's progress because everyone else uses big money to go ahead and build their projects, and they just pay people to get their stuff done, versus me, myself, and I fund my own projects. I mean, those guys, all those guys do as well, but I build it on a family budget, and I build everything basically family oriented, and I build it when I can. So that's why you see some of the projects around here that aren't completed yet, but I promise you they are going to get completed. This truck, look for it to be 6-8 months like I've already said, but I've fully decided that I have to pull the plug on LS swapping this, doing anything crazy or anything crazier to this build, because originally I built this thing to be exactly what it is right now. I wanted it to be able to, you know, jump in it, minus the blown engine. Obviously, we're gonna put the engine in here, it's gonna get fixed. But I wanted this thing to be able to just jump in it, load the kids in it, drive wherever we want to go four-wheeling, usually Roush Creek, four-wheel all day long. If we broke an axle, I had spare axles. I wanted to just be able to have fun with this thing on a daily basis and a weekend routine, and then drive it back home. The last couple weeks the last couple videos that you've seen of this truck, I actually was taking it way past what I actually built it to do, and it's my own fault. You guys obviously know that I like to kind of go a little extreme with things. I've definitely pushed this thing beyond its limits many times, and that's why I have so many broken videos of this thing. But I also got to realize I did not build this thing to be a crazy rock crawler. I built this thing to have fun with the kids and have fun with the family, and that's what I want this Jeep here to remain doing. I want to go ahead and put the chrome moly axles in and just be done with it. The only other thing I might change on this thing is I think I'm going to put a lunchbox locker in the rear, because I want this to be more streetable. So we're going to go ahead and pull the rear end out of this, get a lunchbox for it, and toss it in here. Then we're going to do the 456 gears. So this truck isn't completely done, but I want to make this daily drivable. I want it to have air conditioning. I want it to be comfortable, smooth, ready to drive down the road. The other thing I did end up doing, which we'll get off of this truck, is I removed the sway bar from this truck. So it's like super rocky. We're gonna go ahead and we're gonna fix that. I wanna make this thing drive down the road and drive down the road nice. Leading up to this truck here, obviously you guys know that I've wanted to LS swap this one, or I kicked around the idea to LS swap this. I'm glad that I decided to buy this donor vehicle to put this back, to have spare parts for this. But this thing here is going to go to the next level. If you guys don't know Light Bright Nation, they have a killer JKU. Or I think it's a JLU, or I don't know. Check out Light Bright Nation. They have a Wrangler that does absolutely everything, and it does it insanely, except for I don't believe it's on coilovers. This thing I want to put on coilovers, this thing I want to put on 1-tons, and this thing I want to do LS swap. So I'm planning on taking this thing to that level. Again, 6 to 8 months from now. It's not going to be tomorrow. It's not going to be next month. I do plan on LS swapping it in the next month here, making it so that it runs and drives around here. I have a 4-inch, or I think I have a 4.5-inch lift kit for this thing that I have parts laying around for. So we might end up putting this on about a 4.5-inch lift, put some 31s on it, and just see, you know, get the bugs worked out of the LS before we go ahead and do the coilovers and the long arm kit and everything. But this is a build that I want to actually do, sort of like the picture I'm going to post right now. So as you can see, that thing is absolutely nasty. So the other thing I want to do is I want to go ahead and exo cage it. I want to go ahead and put a cage around it. That way, if I do roll this thing when we're off-roading it, it's not a big deal. One of the other things, I think I want to do like a retractable hardtop on the top here. I basically want to just cut the roof off, but we'll brace it with kind of angle iron, make it sort of a pickup truck so that it ends here, have like a pickup bed back here to put coolers in, a spare tire rack on the back, have a functioning tailgate in the back. Rough country, I think I'm gonna see if we can get rear bumper, front bumper, basically the same bumper setup that's on this. The only thing we won't do from rough country is obviously these body armor. We're gonna go ahead and basically, it's easier to show on this one because you can see body lines versus over here, it's super dark. But basically what we're gonna do is we're gonna cut basically down through the fender here, and then kind of from here down we'll notch it so that we actually have wheel travel. I want to put this thing on nasty articulation. Like I want this thing to look like it's going to roll over when it's going. And then along on the back here, I basically want to take and cut out this extra 1.5 inches here, end it coming up through here, cut it super tight, cut it up to the part up here, cut it the whole way back so that we have insane travel in the rear. So again, I'm not going to use rough country body panels here. I am planning on doing a exo cage on it, kind of like Street Speed 717's Blazer build. So it will have rock sliders. It will have absolutely everything it needs to perform super well off-road. I'm excited about this. I hope that you guys are too. I'm glad that I purchased this because it allows me to go to the next level versus taking this to the next level, because we all know I did not anticipate putting this at that level. I did not want to go any further than what it is now. Maybe a step back, like the rear being welded. I didn't really want that at the original plan. I wanted to actually have lockers, but I didn't want this to end up being like the Corvette. Working on the Corvette the last couple weeks has really showed me that I want to stop while I'm comfortable, and that's where this is. Stop now, make it comfortable, cold AC, functioning daily driver. You can actually see this driving down the street, and that's where I want this thing to be. So we're stopping here. It will be running and driving. This will be a daily driver. I'll get it inspected. It will legally pass. I do have some rust that I have to fix in this thing. I might end up putting rock sliders on the bottom back here, just because it took some pretty good hits while it was off-roading. I'm not sure if you can even see that dent. Lighting in here is absolutely terrible, but I do have a solution for that coming up very soon. So look for garage updates also coming. But I'm excited to start this build. I know this video was just a bunch of talking, but it was something I had to say. It's something I had to do. Look for the LS swap in the next month. I have a donor vehicle coming out tomorrow. You will see that entire freaking pickup. You'll see everything coming with that thing. I have harness, transmission, engine, computer. I have obviously it's actually a really nice truck. You'll see it very soon. I shouldn't actually tear it apart. I should probably fix it and just resell it, but I want to do something extreme and something insane with this thing, and this is the truck that we're going to do it with. So I hope you guys understand the change of plans in this truck and that we're stopping here. I know you guys will appreciate it. Rough country, I will be hitting you up very soon for winches, bumpers, and everything, but I want to get the exo cage, I want to get the LS swap and everything done in this thing, ready to rock, ready to roll. And again, you will not see this thing on the street. This will just be an insane off-road rock crawler. With that being said, guys, I'm going to go ahead and end the video. I'm going to roll the footage that I have up until this point. As you can tell, I have this engine just about ready to be pulled out. I just got to finish doing belt housing bolts and the exhaust I got to unhook, and motor mounts. And then this engine comes out, then we start tearing over here into this one, but I'm excited. This thing will be running for the weekend. I do plan on going to Street Speed 717's Cops and Coffee, or Cars and Coffee that he's holding at the Colonial Park Mall. I will actually put the flyer up right now. Provided that everything goes well in swapping this over tomorrow and it has air conditioning, because I don't want to drive this thing if it doesn't have air conditioning. As long as it has air conditioning and it gets back together very smooth tomorrow and Friday, I will be there Saturday. One way or another, I will be there Saturday, whether I bring the ramp truck down with this on the bed. But you guys, I want you guys to see this thing in person. It looks way better in person than it does in the videos. I promise you that. So give it a chance. Stop out, see Street Speed 717, myself, and a bunch of other YouTubers, a bunch of other vloggers that are in the area. They're going to be there. I'm excited. I believe it's 8 to 10 or 8 to 11. So see you guys then. I hope you guys enjoy the content. Again, I am going to do daily vlogs the rest of the month here, so I hope you guys are ready for it. I got a bunch of things in here that we have to finish up, and that's what we're gonna do. This thing apart because everybody wants to know what the timing issue was and why it exploded, and then I'm gonna probably do an engine swap video on that. I know that won't get great views, but daily views, daily vlogs, it will come in handy. And then that car here I have a huge issue with, and it's sort of disappointing, but we're gonna rectify that very, very soon. So stay tuned for that. This engine goes in, the other truck comes here, this gets out of the way, that gets finished, that gets finished. So these two will be by the end of the next week. So that's gonna conclude the video. Take care, we'll see you in the next one. And that was an awkward outro. Bye.